What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So, this month is the February pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it, Elimination Chamber taken from Perth, Australia. And it looks like over the last couple of days, the whole road to WrestleMania just completely been turned upside down. From all the stuff with the Vince stuff, the Brock Lesnar stuff, the CM Punk injury, it's been just completely wild for a wrestling fan and the wrestling world as a whole. It's just been completely crazy. None of the stuff that's happened we would have expected when 2024 officially hit. And I wanted to talk to you guys about specifically Elimination Chamber and the matches that I feel like are going to indeed happen on the card. But comment down below at the and sound off in the comments, what matches do you guys want to see happen at Elimination Chamber this year? Who do you guys have winning the Elimination Chamber matches this year? Leave that down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. But let's get into it with the first match that I do have. And I feel like it's almost a completely guaranteed match and lock to happen. And that is Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Nia Jax. Now, this past Monday on Raw, Nia attacked Rhea Ripley when she was confronting some of the women there, and as far as going for Chamber, she was pretty much Rhea Ripley was pretty much confronting Damage Control since Bayley did end up winning the Women's Royal Rumble, and she has the opportunity to pick the women's champion of her choosing that she wants to go after at WrestleMania this year. So she was on making her way down, and then Nia Jax pretty much beat the living crap out of her. I'll just put it like that. She really did. And I'm one of those guys that this might just be me, but Nia Jax has definitely been impressing me ever since she's came back. I know a lot of people had some negative thoughts on when she's came back, but she has definitely impressed me since come back. Since she's came back, she has improved. Since she's came back, she has been undefeated in wrestling since she's came back on Raw or whatever. She has been undefeated. She has not taken a loss. I don't really count the Women's Royal Rumble as a loss. She just got thrown to the top rope. But I'm talking about single-handedly like getting pinned or submitted. It has not happened since she has made her return to the company. And I do feel like this could be a big moment because this could be Rhea's true and hardest test yet as her champion as for this far, because now she's going up against somebody who might be just a little bit more that's on par with her as far as dominant wise, because like Nia Jax, she is dominant whether you want to admit it or not. I know she brunches here and there, but still she is very dominant when it comes down to it. And I feel like they're really setting this up as like her being the babyface in this feud, and possibly her beating Nia Jax and picking her up for the Riptide to get the win. I think that's the big crowd pop that they're going for, and I do think that's going to end up happening. So that is the first match that I do think is going to end up happening this year for Elimination Chamber. The next match, we have Dominic Mysterio versus Braun Breaker. Now, people have been, this might come be a little shock to people that be like, wait, why is that match happening? Isn't Braun Breaker going for the Dusty Tag Team Classic? Isn't he still in NXT? Well, apparently, him and a couple of other names are being penciled in to be potentially brought up to the main roster, especially with all the injuries and everything that's been happening over the last few weeks. And apparently, Brock Lesnar, if he didn't get in this situation that he's found himself in now, it would have been Brock Lesnar being eliminated by Dominic, setting up Brock versus Dominic Mysterio at Elimination Chamber. Now it looks like what's happening is Braun Breaker, when he came in, he was in the spot that Brock Lesnar was supposed to be in, eliminating those different talent and then ultimately get himself eliminated. So this, and plus he even teased a match with the Judgment Day after, in his digital exclusive that he did after Royal Rumble. He says he's back. He wants to be on the main roster, and him and Judgment Day have some unfinished business. So I feel like this is going to be the first step to him being on the main roster, having him feud with one of the members of the Judgment Day, and maybe having feud with other members of the Judgment Day as well. So I do think this will be a great move for him going to the main roster and kind of helping him get adjusted to the main roster style of things and stuff like that. So I do think that's a match that you definitely could potentially bring him up in. The next match I feel like is going to happen. I feel like we're going to get a rematch from the Royal Rumble, that being none other than Logan Paul defending the U.S. Championship against Kevin Owens. And I feel like this match is going to continue. I think the feud is going to continue and culminate here. I do think that is something I would like to see. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, because I think they said after that he's dealing with some type of foot injury and stuff like that. So I don't know if they want to continue that, but if they do, I do think this is the match that they're going to happen. But it can go either way, just because we don't know the severity of the injury and whatnot right now. But if it's bad as it may be, I feel like they could just slide somebody else. And I think maybe you could slide in like a Carmelo Hayes into that spot, because he has been feuding with with Logan Paul's, I guess, friends, so to speak, in Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So it would make sense to kind of be able to slide him in, just because he has been feuding with Logan Paul's friends and stuff like that. So that's the only other alternative that I can see them doing that would actually make sense. But I'm going to stick to Logan Paul and Kevin Owens at Elimination Chamber this year. The very next match we're going to talk about is the first of two Elimination Chamber matches, and it is the women's match, and I'm thinking this is going to be a #1 contendership for who's going to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. So these are the people that I feel like are going to be in this match. I know people are probably going to be coming across the video, or do come across the video. You guys are probably going to be wondering, why is Jade Cargill not in it? Why is Naomi? Well, I don't think for right now they need to be taking a loss right now. Naomi just came back to the company. I don't think you should have her lose soon as she comes back. Like, no, I don't want to see that. I feel like it would be a waste of a spot, in my opinion. And I feel like you could still do stuff with her outside of that and everything like that. And Jade Cargill, she just debuted. I don't think she needs to take a loss right now either. I think you want to build both of those women for the future, or like for other stories to take place this year and stuff like that. So that's why I don't have them being in this match. But who I do have is going to be in this match, I think Indy Hartwell is going to be one of them. And I feel like she is from Australia, so you're going to want to have that homegrown talent and stuff like that. So that's why I have her in there. Another person I think is going to be in this match, I can see both of them being in this match, and that is Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. I think both of them are going, or one of them I would say, but I'm going to say both of them are going to be in this match. Because you have, someone who's won the match before, and somebody like a Shayna Baszler. I know it didn't go anywhere, but still, she still can make a claim. She has been able to win the Elimination Chamber match. So I would have her in there. Zoe Stark, you have somebody that's up and coming who wants to make a statement, and someone like her. I would also have maybe also an up and coming Ivy Nile. I think she's starting to make waves, and she's starting to try to make waves, and I think this could be another way to continue to build her up going in 2024 and stuff like that. So I think she's definitely somebody I would love to see be part of that Elimination Chamber, see what she can do in a environment such as Elimination Chamber. The next one we got to talk about is Becky Lynch. She is trying to finish her story and prove that she still is able to be at the very top of the card and everything like that, and finally be able to dethrone Rhea Ripley for the championship. And the final participant I think is going to be in this match, and you gotta have her in this match, that being Liv Morgan. I think she is definitely going to be in this match. I think she has the most experience with all these women as far as Elimination Chamber matches go. She's been in 4 already. I think she's about to be in her 5th if she's in this one. So she's definitely been in a lot of them. Unfortunately, she's been coming up short in a lot of these Elimination Chamber matches, but maybe this is the time that they could actually have her win because I feel like it's gonna come down to Becky and Liv. I really do. I really feel like it's gonna come down to the two women who have heat and have beef with Rhea Ripley. I mean, we already talked about, Becky. She wants to prove that she still is that top woman in the company and still can go at the top level. And you have someone like Liv Morgan. She wants revenge after being taken out and put on the show for 6 months because of Rhea Ripley. She's came back with a little bit of a tweaking to her character. She literally had a digital exclusive, which I was confused why they didn't put her on Monday Night Raw to have this promo, because it made sense. And she literally says, I'm tired of pretty much, I'm going to just kind of simplify it in a sense. She said, I'm tired of coming close time and time again. She says, at this point, close is not good enough anymore. It's not good enough and stuff like that. She says, but luckily for me, I don't need to win the Rumble to get what I want. And I feel like what she wants is Rhea Ripley. So I do think it's going to come down to those two. Sound off in the comments, which one would you guys go with? Do you think they could have Becky win, or do you think they should have Liv win? I've been hearing people say maybe they'll try to do some type of scenario where it books a triple threat, and I would not be okay. I would not. I wouldn't be okay with it. I would be okay with it. I'm sorry, guys. I would be okay with them doing a triple threat. My only thing with that is, how would they book it? How would they set it up? Would they have like a situation where Rhea Ripley comes in and beats both of them or something? I don't know. I could see something like that happen. I could see a situation where Liv could, be desperate and does whatever it takes to win. I can see a situation what they did last year, and I think Logan Paul got involved in the chamber, costing Rollins the match. I can see a situation where Rhea comes in here and she helps Liv win because she feels like Liv is the easier opponent for Rhea Ripley, and allowing Rhea Ripley to give Liv the win, and Liv pins Becky. Then Becky, tries to figure out some way somehow to get involved in that match, and then you make it a triple threat. I can see a situation like that potentially happen. I don't know, but I'm okay with them doing a triple threat. I feel like if you do the triple threat, you get everybody wins pretty much. Becky, she's getting her big match. Liv is getting the opportunity to finish her story. So I do think that is the route that they should go in, is make it a triple threat. But I'm gonna move away from that. But on to the men's side of things, and I do think this is going to be a number one contendership for the whoever's going to face Seth Rollins for the World Championship. At first, I was going to say CM Punk was going to win, but we all know what happened. He got injured and stuff like that. I was even saying Gunther, but it's not going to. It's going to happen. I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Wait, why is it not Gunther?" Well, apparently Gunther is dealing with some visa issues to where he's not able to travel to Australia, so he won't be able to make the show. So that leaves him out. So we're gonna kind of have to do a little bit of fantasy booking here, I would say. Well, not too much, but these are the people that I do think is going to be in it. I think for one, you gotta go Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre wants that world championship. He wants to headline WrestleMania again and finally get his moment in front of a crowd. He has been doing some of the best work since turning heel. He has been definitely stepping up his game and elevating his game and taking himself to the next level. And I'm loving the character that he is doing and everything like that. So that's one person that we got to talk about. The next one we got to talk about is Bronson Reed. Bronson, just like Indy Hartwell, is homegrown in Australia. So I think he could be in that match and be, a potential threat in that match and be a huge problem for a lot of the guys that's in that match. Another guy, a guy who wants to prove why he's main event Jey Uso. And that's Jay. I literally just said it already. I don't know why I just said it like that, but Jey Uso. He wants to prove that he still can be that main event player. And what better way of him proving that if he wins this chamber match? Another guy I think that should be in this match. I know it might seem like a outside pick, but maybe a Ricochet. I feel like they want to have that one guy that can do that high flying spot or something. Maybe I wouldn't mind if it was Ricochet or maybe even a Chad Gable. I think both of those guys can really take their game to the next level by being in a spot like this. I really do. another guy I feel like is going to potentially be in it, a guy who has, history with Drew currently on WWE, that being Sami Zayn. I know Sami Zayn is a guy that wants to prove that he can still go. He still can be and compete at that high level. We've seen him everything he's done last year. Look at the match he had with Roman Reigns. I think he wants to remind people he's that same guy that went up against Roman and almost had Roman beat. So I think that's a guy that you should definitely have in there. And the feud that they've been telling with Drew and Sammy over the last few months, he wants revenge on Drew, similar to Liv. Liv got taken out. So did Sammy. So now he's back and wants to get revenge on the person that took him out. Same thing I said earlier. Liv Morgan's going to want revenge on the person that took her out. So I think you got to have her be in the match. And another person, I don't know if they're going to add anybody from SmackDown. I'm not too sure. But if they do, I would say maybe a Randy, I guess. Randy is the closest one. Either Randy or LA, one of those two. I really feel like there's nobody else that I can see possibly being in that match, in my opinion. But those are the people that I do have being in the chamber matches. And I'm not going to say who's going to win. I want you guys to tell me who do you guys think are going to win those matches if it does come down to those people being the participants that we do get this year. I will be doing a fantasy booking on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. Me, Dylan from last week in wrestling, Byron from the Flex Zone. We will be talking about all things Elimination Chamber and fantasy booking a little bit. So if you guys like a little fantasy booking for wrestling, join me and those guys on Tuesday. We will be doing that. But that is the end of this video, guys. Make sure you super kick that like button, Superman punch that post notification bell, and spear that subscribe button. We're on the road to 50 subscribers. The ultimate goal is 10K this year. I know it seems far out, but it's not impossible. If I really want it to happen, it will happen. But I can't do it without you guys. So if you guys are watching, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. I'm pretty much posting daily wrestling content on my channel. What if it's me just talking about some things in wrestling? What if I'm predicting some things in wrestling? Or doing a live stream? I'm doing different things and stuff like that. And I will be doing more gaming videos in the future. I know I'm going to try to do some 2K23 stuff. And definitely doing some 2K24 stuff when that game drops. So definitely be on the lookout for that on the channel as well. But like I said, we can't reach that 10K without you guys. So if you guys do come across this channel, please, please, please subscribe. It goes a long way. Hit that like button if you like the video. It helps out in the algorithm and helps more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube as well. And yeah, and also hit the post notification bell so if you guys can be in the loop of things when I do drop a video, whether it's a reaction video, rant video, live stream, any type of video, you guys can be one of the very first few to get that notification when I'm live or whatever the case may be. But that is the end of the video, guys. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video.